It's just like very. Because he done look at twice with clothes on with the mouth. Right. But it's not more than a pound, right. All right.
Body weight is 332.6 pounds. Body weight is 332.6 pounds.
So what that means is if I eat certain things today, right, by tomorrow I'll probably be back down, right, back to around 31, right? See, I gotta learn how to, if I have to eat out, and control the weight, right? And when to do it, and how much to eat, right? So, when I ate the KFC, which is fried chicken, right? Mashed potatoes, biscuit, and a cookie, right? So, right. So that's why that, right? Now, most people either pile their stuff up or put it in the basket, right? Or a laundry hamper, right? Which is fine, right? But, of course, I'm disabled, right? I could do things I can't do anymore, right? I can still exercise a little, and I keep demonstrating that to you, but the magnitude ain't the same, right? The amount of time I have to rest is quicker, right? Way quicker, right? And I was taught not to lie or commit fraud, right? Or embellish my injury, right? If I only hurt, right, and I don't feel, or I only feel pain, right, even in my sacrum area, which would normally paralyze you, right? And they thought I would be paralyzed, right, from the waist down, right? They're trying to prepare me for a life out, and in a bedroom, right, for the rest of my life, right? Like Christopher Reeves, right? The difference is I was in a car wreck, right? So your car is designed to protect you too, right? But a horse and being thrown from it can't, right? But the reason I didn't know anything worse is I was also assuming the windshield collapsed on my head because I had glass, right? And cuts, right? Right. A little bit in my face and a little bit, my eyebrow was shaved off, oddly. Sure. Right. Shaving your eyebrow off, right? Kind of a weird injury, right? Even in a car wreck. Yes, right. And then, like I said, you can still see the scars, right? In the hands, right? And I think there are about 5 specific ones, right? But the easiest one to see is there, right? At least for me, right? There's one there, in there, right? What are these wounds in your hands, right? In your hands, right? Right. There's even a wound where I cut my hand, right? On some glass embedded, right? In the sand, right? And of course, the left hand don't show any scars, right? Just the right? So that again has to do with the Messiah, right? But I'm not greater than Jesus. I can only be understanding of Jesus, right? See, that's why there are false Christs and then false prophets, right? And again, right? Warnings about such things, right? There's only one true Christ, right? It ain't me. I'm not Jesus, right? As Jesus was Jesus 2,000 years ago, right? I'm Shane Ember Lee, right? Now, like in The shadow, right? The descendant of Genghis Khan isn't Genghis Khan, right? Even if he thinks he's Genghis Khan, right? But then you're a nutter, right? You understand that, right? Right. In Western way of thinking, right? Mm-hmm. You're a descendant of the king. You're not the king, right? Right. That reigned while before you, right? And the descendant also has the mother's DNA and ain't the same, right? You only get half the DNA from each parent, right? Now, if you have a sister, right, and she got the other half, and you marry her, right, and it would still be odd, right, and you would still only produce a child with half the DNA of your parents, right, and that kind of lessens, right, not greatens our familiarity, right, if you know what I mean, right. Now, the thing is, right, in Eden, if you only have two, who can you marry? Your sister. Until the time of Abraham, who was his half-sister, right, it seems like marrying your sister was normal, right? Right. But then, by the law, time of the law, right, it was outlawed, right, by Moses. You understand that, right? And then from then to now, right, it's been outlawed, and now we include up to third cousins, right? Second and first cousins you can't be with, but third cousins maybe, right? That's different too, right? But that's, again, science, right? So I don't know, like I said, religiously you could probably be with at least a cousin, right? But not a sister anymore, right? But medically they're warning about being anything that's first or second cousins, right? I know. Like, if any of my cousins have a child, that child is a second cousin, right? Male or female, right? And again, right, that's, better not to be with her, or him, or anyone. Right. Related to you that closely, right? Now, all it is, though, is advice, right? Anyway, right. And what you have to realize is, if, like I said, hypothetically, say my mother or sister were to try to make a move on me, I have to tell them both no, right? Even if they want me more than I want them, let's say hypothetically, right? Not sure it would happen or not, right? Or that it did or not, either, right? But let's say something like that could happen, right? Why, right? One, right? My mom did marry my stepdad at a younger age, right? I was about in the first grade or second grade, right? And we started in Chatham City, right, when she met him, which was around 75, right? Because I was born in 69, so and my mom was living with my dad at first, right? And then she met Big Rod, right? And then they got together within that year, right? And I went to first school around Skidaway, right? And that was the last place I remember us living too. And I remember the next door neighbor to us was a bully, right? And he didn't really like me a lot, right? All right, then we moved to Chatham City, right? And I think before that, we either lived on Victory Drive, and before that was the Geechee Road, right? Maybe, right? I know, right? Because I do remember those two places barely, especially the incident with the car getting stuck in the concrete brick, and with those with the holes in it, right? And not a solid one, of course, right? And having the shower with my mom was on Victory, right? Off of Victory, right? Where the Burger King used to be, which is now something else, right? I think the store itself is still there, right? But it's something else now, right? Now, there used to be a Johnny Harris. That went out of business, right? I know. And things like that, right? And Johnny Harris was similar to Carrie Hilliard's, right? But not as popular for some reason, right? There was one Johnny Harris to like 6 or 7 Carrie Hilliard's, right? You have one on Getaway, right? One on Waters, right? Abercorn, right? 2 in Garden City, one on 80 and one on 21, and then one on the Pooler Parkway, right? So that's about 6, right? So I know where all those are, right? Now, anyway, so the teacher left her phone in my car for some reason. Right? She must have forgotten it. But I tried calling both the numbers on my phone, and I looked through the thing to see if I could call someone. So I saw a number that said my son, so I tried to call her son, but it went weird, right? It wouldn't answer or something, right? Almost like the phone didn't have no service or something, right? Was it a dummy phone? I don't know, right? Now, of course, if it was kind of unlocked and not a locked phone, right? Either, right? So whatever's on it, I don't know, like pictures or whatever, right? I don't know, right? But I could check it later on and see if there's any pictures on it, but it's no big deal, right? It's not exactly locked or anything, right? Meaning I could check it or not, right? And I don't think it would have anything crazy on it, but maybe pictures of family or friends or something. I did check if there were any videos. That there were no videos, right? Nothing weird, right? But that's about it, right? You know, like I said, I'm trying to get it back to her. And don't know, you know, what's going on, right? I don't know. But see, entrapment isn't legal either, right? In other words, if I'm not doing something, right, and you know the only way to be with an underage girl is to have sex with her, you can't set me up with, say, a 15 or 14-year-old, right, and let him have sex with me, right? Either, because they can't, A law is a law, right, for the protection, not only of a 52-year-old, right, though I was 50 at the time, right, but also for the girl. See, if I'm trying to be with women of over 18, which is my preference, right,